The time has come to make a move. If you want to get into the college football playoffs, you've got to win big games right now, and we have a clash of ranked opponents coming up in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see the number 20 team in the country, the NC State Wolfpack, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Scanning the field, it's Bailey. Grabbed in the middle, it's Grimes. Still on his feet at the 45. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47. The offense has it now at the 48-yard line, 1st and 10. Looking for a crease, it's Smothers. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. Let's talk for a second about NC State. Midway through the season, now staying in that top 25, staying relevant in the playoff discussion, that's a big deal. But what do they need to do in the second half of the schedule here?
Less attention to the number beside their name, more attention to what's still out there to be played for. There's the college football playoff, there's big bowl games. There's a lot out there still, but you've got to win. That's the key right now in the second half of the season. Taking one game at a time and making sure you leave it all out on the field.
No doubt, because you don't know what's going to happen in the top 25 around you. You don't know who's going to lose. We've seen it now. More parity with transfer portal and NIL, more losses and upsets that you're like, that would never happen, and then you're right back in it.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Gets it out quickly. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one. The Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. To the air on 1st down. That's caught. It's Grimes. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Bringing it back. He's inside the 40. the drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Back to throw. Bailey. Trying to make magic with his feet. Turning it on. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big third down conversion by this offense.
Flips it out on the screen. Runs through a tackle. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. NC State going up tempo.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. NC State with a lot of ground to cover after losing yardage on the last play. Makes the grab. It's Grimes. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Got a man. It's Grimes. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Quickly complete. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. NC State now operating from the red zone. Off play action. There's the pressure. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. Grab near the marker. It's Grimes. That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10. NC State started this drive with terrible field position, but now a little room to operate. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Power football with the run. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on the first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on 3rd down.
And he'll take it in. quick touch pass to the receiver. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. Just had a solid pickup on first. Now let's see what they've got on second down. Back to throw, it's Bailey. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. From the gun on third down. The throw. Snagged in the middle. It's Grimes. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Quickly to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Right on the money. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
And it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in South Bend. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that said, let's send it back to the fellas there in the shadows of touchdown Jesus.
And that one, I don't think, with required 10 yards, it did not. Penalty marker is out. They were trying to steal a possession to draw a little closer in this game, but the ball didn't go 10 yards, so they'll take over the football with the lead. Use the play fake, now to throw. Strong pass rush, gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Man, this is exactly what you needed to see from this defense to start the second half. If you're down, you got to create some momentum. You got to get your offense a little bit excited. Nice job creating the sack. Perfect start to the second half for this defense.
Fires to the tight end. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. The Irish send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Bailey. Moves away as he feels pressure. The sure hands, it's Rodgers. And he's knocked down. Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking to fire. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown in this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
Pulls it in. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45. NC State at the line with a 1st and 10. Fires to the big fella. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
As a tight end, if you're going to be good in the passing game, you've got to be able to feel the windows when defenses play zone coverage. And he did a really good job of that right there. He didn't rush. He didn't hurry. He took his time, found the soft spot, and gave his quarterback an easy place to throw the football.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the thunder being shaken down on get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
They go to the ground. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
NC State has to come up with a big play on 3rd and long. To the air, it's Bailey. Going for the big play. Got it. And he was thinking 6, but that D knocks him down at the 2. NC State will line up with a 1st and goal. They're going to run it. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Back to pass. Looking to the end zone. Intercepted. He steps out of bounds, but not. They go back to work with the 1st down in the final period of this one. Wide receiver comes in motion. Just going to keep it after the snap. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. They ran it on 1st down, now on 2nd. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
Finds a tight end. And that corner came in high despite knowing that he was giving up some size. They'll go back to the ground. Got a little space. Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a 1st down. North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. Looking to throw, it's Bailey. Fires to the big fella. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. After that last completion, it's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. This crowd rising up, sensing that his defense needs some help. He wants to change this route. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Tight end finds a soft spot. Looks like the Wolfpack will pick up the 1st down. Defense backed up, and this crowd trying to will them to get a big stop late. Looking to throw on 1st down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. He got it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina! So now it's 2nd and long. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Immediately fires to the middle. Touchdown, Notre Dame! They take the lead here in overtime.
It's so nice as a quarterback when it's not just your receivers that are dangerous after the catch. How about the yak ability by this tight end? He's a guy that can stretch the field. He can make DBs miss, and he's got speed. He's a generational talent. He's really helping out this offense.
Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Looking for a man. It's Bailey. He'll get rid of it. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Catch in the middle, it's Smothers. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Fourth down. Pick it up here or this game is over. Trying to keep this drive alive. Got enough space. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. First and goal as they try to answer with a touchdown of their own. They're going to run it. Touchdown, Wolfpack! They got it in the end zone. Now a decision to make with a point after.
First off, really impressed by how physical this guy is still running the ball this late in the game. But now it's decision time. You want to play it safe, kick the extra point, or are you feeling aggressive to go for 2 points?
And I think this is all about how you feel.
Oh, and they pick it off. What a